What's going on? I am at Lackawanna State Park, and right now I'm in a wildlife viewing booth here. Uh, Troop 41 project, looks like. But I'm going to step out of it because I just realized there's some hornets building a nest in there, and wasps and kinds of things. I don't really want to get stung. So out I come. But I'm just going to be out for a little bit of a hike. A little cloudy this morning. It rained last night, but it's supposed to clear up and be beautiful today. So I think I'm going to take a walk around the entirety of the park. Should be about 9 to 10 miles, depending which way I decide to go. Right, and have a little fun. Memorial Day weekend. All right, a couple of challenges today. You're gonna see how swampy the trails are because it rained last night. We've had a couple pretty heavy storms the past couple days. And second, it's gonna be the amount of bikes out here. Now, for the most part, bike riders pretty courteous, but there are some who feel like they just have the right of way and you're supposed to jump off the trail. That's not the case. This guy almost run me over and looked at me like, "Oh, you ruined my way." No. The way it goes in Pennsylvania State Parks is horses, people, then bikes. So that's always a challenge, and there are a lot of bikes out today. Uh-oh. Down tree. I'm glad I brought lots of water with me. I didn't bring a filter. I brought 2 liters and I've got a liter in the car, so it should be fine. But the water's pretty muddy, pretty churned up from the rain last night. I know they got it harder up here than I got back home. All right, no snakes. Okay, it is that time of year to start looking for snakes on the other side of the logs. All right, so just leaving the spillway area back there. Really nice there right now. Sun's starting to come out. Lots of people out enjoying it. Been a nice hike so far. I'm just about 2 miles in. Walking along Tunkhannock Creek, I think this is. If I remember correctly. I'll take a look. I'll let you know. The little inchworm doesn't want to come into focus. Just got my hand behind it. Just had a heron fly over. Couldn't catch him though, he was up in the trees. Yeah, so this is a branch of the Tunkhannock Creek. Gorgeous over here. next trail junction. This is exactly 2 miles. So I was at like 1.9 down there. Exactly 2 miles in. And I did not account for the horseflies being out this early. It's only May. They're bad. But it was worse. I think it was worse down by the water. And I kind of stopped moving. They swarmed me. This section trail will head me up behind the campgrounds, which are up here. So you kind of go up and behind the Lackawanna State Park campground. See if there's any cows out. You go past that farm field, and cows do like to hang out in the trees. This is muddy. Whoa, slick mud. I don't know that I've ever seen this little swamp with so much water in it. Oh, definitely the beavers made a dam in there. All right, I'm just over 3.75 miles in. I've made it around to the north end of the loop, and I'm coming up to Trossel Pond, or Trostel. I think it's just Trossel. I don't think the second T is stated, pronounced. Silent T, that's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I just had a snack. Really cleared up nicely. It's gorgeous out. Got this nice, cool kind of field to go down to, and just looked at the regulations here for Trossel Pond, and this is open to youth fishing only, according to what it says on the literature. So 12 and under. And I did just see a group come down here with some kids. So I don't know if they enforce that, but that's what it says. Look at all these. I think they're buttercups. I don't know what these are. They're really big for buttercups. I'll see if I can get some information on those. All right, so here we are down at the pond. And I don't want to record too far tomorrow because there's some kids that are fishing. And privacy and all. Not everybody wants their kids on camera. So, yeah, Trossel Pond. It's not real big. It's nice though. I don't think it's open to any kind of kayaking or anything. Just fishing. All right, I'm gonna move on. Oh, he disappeared. There's a little, I don't know if it was a mouse or a mole or something like that. Just scurried across the trail in front of me. And right before that, up by the pond, I saw a garter snake. So yeah, nice little area up there at the pond. But if you follow it down into the woods, or the path down into it, not the pond, but the path down into the woods, it brings you over to the Bull Hill section. So we're coming to the eventually to the edge of the state park, and we'll pass into the, which one is this? The Ziegler Preserve. And then you could take that into the Gardner Spencer Preserve, but we'll take that back around into the state park because they all kind of connect. So we're coming up to the next maybe tricky spot here. Once I get right to the edge of the Bull Hill section, there is a creek to cross, and sometimes that's really high. So We'll see. I know there was a tree down across it you get across before. Sometimes there's rocks. And if worse comes to worse, I can always just walk, like a quarter mile that way along the creek and cross at the main road. So many ferns. Made it over to Bull Hill, and this is, I believe it's called White's Creek, or White Creek. I think it's White's Creek. And okay, this is not running as bad. Last time I came through here, it was still pretty cold. The water was really cold, and the water was all the way up. I don't even remember how I got across it. I think I crossed the tree, I think. I don't even remember. Or my feet just got wet. I'd have to go back and look. I don't remember how I got across last time. But you couldn't get to these, that was for sure. Yeah, you can see how high this water gets sometimes. All right. Back up out into a field for a little bit before we cut back into the woods. Look how green everything is. So nice. I think I still got my puffy jacket sitting ready to be used. I don't think I'm gonna need it now. I think the summer weather is here to stay. Now these aren't phlox, I don't think. I think these are Mother's Rocket or Mother's Rampant or something like that. I don't think they're native to the area. They look like phlox, but I believe phlox blooms later in the summer. They look very similar though. Yeah. As far as non-native plants go, they don't seem to be as aggressive as something like bamboo. Just takes over everything, and they're pretty. Yeah, at some point, you can't get rid of them. Let's say they grow to a certain point, they just they become native, I guess. All these dead ash trees, and those ash beetles, ash borers. They did the number on these ash forests. Yeah, the whole area is all ash trees. Oh, that's horrible. I hope they can come up with something to fight those things. Get these ash forests growing again. So I could cut straight up across this field, or I could follow along this whole path I'm on now. And they'll generally take me up the same spot. I don't know how well cut and maintained the field trail is. And it's just out in the sun, so you just see field the whole time. We'll just take you all the way up to the top there, which is fine, but I'm in no hurry. And this is a beautiful section of forest to walk through. I'm coming up to. Wonder what that was for. What do you think that? I mean, we're not far from water, so maybe a water relay station? Groundwater? Oh, it's pretty big. Pretty tall. Yeah, I've taken these field trails before and get halfway through, and then they just stop mowing them. And you're just in the middle of the field. I got shorts on. Just walking through this on a path I'm checking myself for ticks all the time. Yeah, see, this isn't even a cut. It would continue up there. Just foot traffic or bike traffic through there. All right, we're gonna stay on the Bull Hill Trail. Back into the forest. So I just kind of got lost in the hike. I just made it all the way through Bull Hill, up and around through Ziegler Preserve. I'm back in the state park. I didn't record over there. It's just nice and quiet. Just listening to the birds. At just about 5.5 miles, a little under 5.5, back into Lackawanna State Park. We're now at the opposite end of Lackawanna Lake, Lake Lackawanna. This is the north end of the south branch of the Tunkhannock that I was walking along before. It comes in here, it comes out by that big spillway. I was at just a little while ago. Oh, chipmunk. Hey, buddy. Oh, the bugs are so bad. Hey, little guy. All right, keep going. All right, I'm heading that way. Now this is the northernmost end of Lackawanna State Park. And on this side, there's a trail that follows up along the river, along the creek, runs into Messimer Preserve. And then you got Ziegler Preserve over here and Gardner Spencer up alongside of it. And everything all the way around on both sides is Lackawanna State Park. And then there's Meadow Sweet Preserve, there's Quarry Ridge Preserve up down on the other end, and another one which I'm brain farting on. I don't remember what the other one's called. A lot of preserves and state park here. And let me get out of the wind, although it feels nice. You walk down this road a little bit. There's a trail that goes back that way. You can fish right there. But I don't know where the trail on this side goes to. I've come down this way a little ways. They're supposed to connect, but I don't want to trespass on farmland, so I don't know exactly where I'm going there. But you come up here and Bassett Path. I think, as long as it's not too crowded. Once I get down to Kennedy Creek, I'm gonna probably set up a hammock and just relax for a little bit. Wonder if they fixed the bridge. Never even thought of that. That bridge washed out crossing Kennedy Creek. I think over the winter. I mean, there's a way around it, but I wonder if they fixed it. I will find out shortly. I don't know if you can really make it out. Kind of can. There's an old farm foundation in here. Some old pots and pans and stuff. Almost over to Kennedy Creek. That is a common mercanser or some little chicks. Hi, Mama. I'm not going to bother you. Just looking for a spot to hang a hammock for a little bit. There she goes. So I think maybe right there, between these two trees. It's a good spot. Oh, there. Hunting sign fell down. See if I can put that back up for him. See if I can figure out where it was. Well, I made it to Kennedy Creek. Good spot to stop. I've gone, let's see, almost 7 miles, 6.9. I'm right next to the creek. A few people have gone by. 2 people in kayaks, a guy on a bike went by. They must have fixed the bridge because he passed me this way and then went around and went up that way. So they've had to fix the bridge. But I'm almost, like, that's the entrance from the lake to the creek right there. So it's the outlet into the creek. And the trail's right up there, right up on that little bridge. But glad I brought I was just gonna bring a day hammock, and at the last second I grabbed a coyote. Glad I got the bug net, it's a little buggy. So here, kayaks coming, or hikers? I can't tell. But I'm gonna have another snack, just chill out here for a little bit. I've probably been here for about 10 minutes. Got set up, been in the hammock for 5. Probably stay here for a half hour or so. And it's still early. What time is it? Not even 2:30 yet. I got plenty of time and only about maybe 2.5 miles to go. 3 if I go the long way. Nice day. Nice day to hang out in a hammock. All right, hammock is down. Can only find that little stump there to put their sign back up. I didn't see any nails or anything. And I already regret getting out of the hammock. As soon as I got out, got swarmed by these little gnats, these little bugs. So I'm gonna get moving, climb back up the hill here, get back on the trail. That was nice. I stopped for probably 45 minutes and just hung out. Had a snack, just relaxed. All right, back to the trail. I've seen a few people, I came up from this way, where I've seen a few people come this way, and then I come back up that side. So the bridge is either fixed or it's a very easy water crossing today. Ooh, excuse me. All right. I can't remember if I've been here since they fixed this. I thought it was still out last time I was by here. Maybe not, because this kind of looks familiar the way it's done, but they had to rebuild that island, basically. This is what got washed out. Yeah, that's still the same. That's the same piece of bridge. All that right there is new. Here's a split in the trail. This split's been here for a while. This is new though. put that up? Death trap and easy peasy. Wow, you know I'm gonna pick death trap. Let's see, unless this has gotten really bad since the last time I was over here, which it could have. Something could have washed out, but I would never have considered this death trap. Let's see, I'll keep you with me. Let's keep this rolling. Let's see how bad it is. That's where it comes back together. Okay. Not sure why that was labeled as death trap. There's nothing different about that than there ever was. I guess different skill levels for different people. We'll go with that. All right, so there's a bird I've been hearing in this area for years. I thought I had pinpointed what it was. I thought it was, some of them were maybe broadwing hawks and some of them were blacktail hawks because they have a very similar call. I was just coming around a corner and I heard the call. I heard two of them. So I stopped. I was like, oh, let me get a good look at him. When I see this bird jump up on a branch and make the call, it was not a hawk. It was a little bit smaller than a crow. It looked like a magpie, kind of. It was like black and white, kind of mottled. It wasn't a hawk of any kind. It made the call, and then it hopped down and it flew away. And before I get the Merlin app out and try to get a good recording up close, it was gone. So I have no idea. I'm gonna have to look that up. Now I have heard that call and seen hawks, both broadwing and blacktail, I think they are. We get both of them in the area, and they have a very similar call. But that, I gotta look. I wonder if maybe it wasn't a mockingbird. If that was a mockingbird, it was huge. I guess it could have been. And it was just imitating the call. I have no idea. I'll have to look that up. I thought for sure I had that figured out, but I hear them in this area a lot when I'm hiking through here. And I just assumed hawks because we're right by a river and lakes and all kinds of stuff. So perfect spot for them, but it's not what they were. I went through the Merlin, like birds in my local area list. I went through that real quick and I saw a couple things that looked similar, but the calls didn't match. I don't know. You have to research that. All right, I'm gonna go down here and look. The trail kind of splits and goes that way and it heads back this way. I'm gonna go down this way. This is where that tunnel is. If it's swamp, I'll just go down the trail always. I'm not even remotely tired, so I don't care if I got to put another mile in. I'm at almost 8 right now. But if this is all water, I'm not gonna walk through the tunnel in the water. It looks swampy already. So I'll let you know. All right, so I'm just right around a corner and that's already wet. Not gonna go through that. I'll go up. There's another trail that splits off a little ways down. If I follow this, it cuts across and takes me across the road instead of under it. Takes me back over to the park road I'm parked on. I'm fine with that. Gorgeous day. Gorgeous, gorgeous day. I'm hearing, I think there's orioles and ovenbirds I'm hearing right now. I think. I know at least ovenbirds. The other one sounds like an oriole, but I could be wrong about that. So wrong on both counts. I'll put up a screenshot here of what the Merlin map pulled up. That is a tufted titmouse and a common yellowthroat. I don't know if I've ever seen common yellowthroat pop up in the list. It sounds like an ovenbird. That was just the bridge. Yeah, it's a very handy app to have. Is that this the one that takes me through? Oh, that's really overgrown. Hold on. I think that's the trail I want. It's really overgrown. Let me go a little further. See if there's something that's a little less brushy. So I got one deer there. There's another one right over here. And I got, sounds like people coming the other way on the trail, so these deer might freak out a little bit. Oh, this is my cutoff? Yeah, this is my cutoff. So let's see, are they coming in? Yeah, I'll let them come up first. I see they scared that deer. That deer did come over this way. All right, so this is Joey's trail. I don't think I've ever taken this trail. And this should take me right over and cross 407. Oh, these bugs. These bugs are horrible. Not sure where that deer went. It would have come right down in here. I didn't see it turn back or jump up when those bikes came by. So, although I did stop at one point. I stopped at one point and I was just looking at the map, trying to figure out which way I was going. Just kind of bugging here. Just kind of not really paying attention. And there must have been a deer bedded down right in front of me. I must have thought I was looking at it. It real slowly stood up. It turned and ran. I didn't see it until it turned. It freaked me out. It was probably 10 feet away from me. I just wanted to make sure I'm not, because now's the time where the does will have fawns, and you know I don't want to freak out the fawns, and I don't want to make the does angry because they will charge you. I've had that happen before. That was years ago. I was recording over in Lackawanna State Park, and I think I just got my trekking poles. I think that's what I just got. I was kind of doing a video on them, and I was taking some like B-roll footage on the hike, and I saw a deer off on the side of the trail. And I noticed she had fawns, and they were feeding. So there was a tree down, or like a shrub or something. It's like a kind of a blocked spot. I knew the trail wrapped up right past him, so I was in no hurry. Kind of sat down, had a snack. I got up, just watched them a little bit, took a little video. They finished feeding. The fawns went up into the woods, and the doe was like right up past this group of trees, like about that distance. And she turned and she started heading right for me. She didn't see me. So it was like a little bit higher, like maybe like this stick, but if it was all of them. So I kind of moved over, and it made a little bit of noise, just not to scare her, but just so she would look up and see me. And she saw me, and she started stomping her hooves. I was like, oh, don't do that. And she did. She charged me. She got about maybe a little closer than 20 feet before she stopped. And I didn't want to. I was like, don't fight me. I don't want to fight a deer today. And she turned. She ran up in the woods after her babies. But like, the worst thing you can do in that situation is actually run. Just kind of stood my ground. I just kept going, don't. And she finally stopped. But a deer will mess you up. Don't think that if a deer charges you, it's something to laugh at. They've got very sharp hooves, and they will kick you, and they'll kick towards your head. And one of the most common casualties of deer attacks is being kicked by a hoof, getting caught on the side of the neck, and then catching your carotid artery. And that's all she wrote. You probably won't make it out of the woods if that happens. That's a little gruesome, but yeah, if you can at all avoid it, try not to fight a deer. I mean, you think a buck would be worse with the antlers, but a doe is, especially a doe who's protecting her fawns, she will fight you. Oh, this freaking fly. Get out of here. Come on, get. Oh, I got him. See, that scares him. Nope, he's back. All right, get out. Get. Oh, got him again. Look at that keeping hitting. All right. Little stone wall. I'm pretty sure. I might have to check the map. I thought this took me down to 407. Sounds like I'm getting closer to it. You can see it. Oh, the fly's back. Got him again. No, he's back. Swatting like a madman. Trying to get him. Yeah, this got to take me out to 407. All right, so at the end of Joey's trail, this runs me back. Oh, actually, I'm at the end of Joey's trail. It says Abington. So this is Abington Trail. I could have taken this a little bit further around. I was on this earlier, but it's more interesting down by the water, I think. And then this is where it crosses, because the Abington Trail is the trail I actually started on this morning. So this is what takes me across. This is what I was looking for. Joey's is just a shortcut to it. Well, I can cross Joey's trail off the list. I've never done that trail before. It's nice. It's not real long. It's maybe a quarter of a mile. Maybe. So let's see, where does this bring me out? Does this bring me out by the state park sign? Don't remember. Yes. Cool. All right. Oh, and there's the road I came in. All right. So this is like the entrance, this border of the state park, Lackawanna State Park. This is 407, and that's where 407 used to go over there. That's which way I'm gonna go. So State Route 407 used to come up and kind of veer over and go that way. This is when they flooded the lake. You know, when they created the lake, they moved the road up. State Park program. Oh, that's probably why they were setting up the tent down here. I was walking in. All right, a little bit of a road hike. See what the state park program is. All right, so 8.9 miles for the day. Not too bad. Really nice hike. Turned out a really beautiful day. It says it's 88 right here. It's right in the sun, but pretty warm. Considering it started out in like the 60s, warmed up nicely. Never did find that park program. There was a pop-up tent set up that had like some Memorial Day kind of decorations on it, but that looked like a family picnic. So maybe, I mean, it's almost 4 o'clock. So maybe it's just over. I don't know. But yeah, that's my hike. What did you guys think of last week's interview, the live stream with Chris Coney? Let me know. Let me know if you want to see more of those. What I do is I'm going to take those, I'm going to turn them into podcasts for Hike Files. So if you, it's for people who don't watch a channel but listen to the podcast, they'll get to hear it too. And if you want to be on one of those live streams, let me know. It was pretty easy to set up. All you need really is a phone. And my watch is dying. It's like last of the battery. But yeah, let me know. We'll set something up. But for this trip, that's going to do it for me. And I'll see you in the next.